today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going, and we are underway from Santa Clara. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense going to go to work, and it is Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
Tremendous overall athlete, does everything that you're looking for. Big time in the quarterback run game against their better opponents, but can also operate skillfully from the pocket and can beat you with his mind as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now, this is Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, Watson lets it fly deep for Cup. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
Complete.
A big-time play there for the Texans. 49 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And now he'll tuck it and run. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll run it with Johnson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. David Johnson taking it in. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Jerick McKinnon now to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
And when Jimmy Garoppolo came out of Eastern Illinois, many people saw a strong-arm guy, well-schooled in the passing game, who needed a little bit of time to develop and reach his potential. Starting to go in that direction right now. A former linebacker in high school, he plays the game with a lot of toughness.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
You use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever. Who calls a 1st down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a 1st down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But they did gain yards.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again is Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Watson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. And from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
10. 49ers nothing.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
1st and 10.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Richie James on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Richie James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
It's time to learn it. Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And 4 at the 12-yard line.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert, and he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
The 6-yard line.
And the Niners move the chains as Garoppolo hooks up with Taylor. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers get a score closer.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
49ers 7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got the lead, and certainly a big reason why some of these catches we take a look at right now.
And I've seen it so many times that when units start to play really well, they feed off of each other and play even better. And they're making every catch possible. Contested, non-contested, easy, difficult, big-time plays. And right now, that's why their team's in the lead.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Back to throw, Watson. Finding fouls complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On first down, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a strong first half from quarterback Deshaun Watson. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Miami Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
34-yard line.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He'll let this go for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 27, Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Garoppolo on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Garoppolo threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
It's now second.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, Mostert. And some space here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jarek McKinnon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Bernard McKinney on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo looking for the end zone. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
17. 49ers 10.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Deshaun. Watson to the Texans offense, trot back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worried about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but It's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Here's Watson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now is the go time?
I think now is the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 38-yard line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D. I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire this